Hello there, I'm AYB, founder of Spark AI, where we help businesses automate their process and implement AI in their workflows. Today, we'll be looking at AI automation and then start early, right? I will walk you through what exactly AI automation, who is it's for, right? The comparative advantage, take tools you must learn, the learning mindset, and how you can build your first automation in the next 24 hours. So let's jump straight into it. So now, why AI automation? Why start early? And why it's like, why is this? Why now? And I think one thing that you just want to understand is that we must. We're currently in an AI bubble, and most businesses, most individuals are trying their best to like leverage AI in every aspect of their business. So there's high demand for individuals that have very strong AI skills, right? This include prompting, this include AI automation, this includes machine learning and some other skills like that, because companies are hiring individuals that can handle that particular stuff in their business. So we're going to look at AI automation for business owners, and then we are going to look at AI automation for enthusiasts that actually want to learn. So let's look at business owner. You must understand that for you to dominate in a particular market that is constantly innovating, you must actually innovate faster than they are doing. And that's why for you as a business owner, your best bet is to start to implement AI automation early on so that you can dominate later on. Because definitely whenever a new technology comes out, there will definitely be the early adopters. So the early adopters will be the guys that will take the market share. The guys that are slow adopters and the non-believers, they will actually be left with like just small piece of cake to actually struggle with. But the guys that actually started and then they took the risk, and they will have the larger market share. You have there are many examples of this particular stuff, right? Amazon taking charge of the e-commerce business. As at that time, people were like very skeptical about something like that. People don't even believe that you could buy stuff online, but they took the advantage, they took the risk, and now they are dominating in the e-commerce space. And that is one thing that can help you as a business owner. Implement early, dominate now, dominate later on, because that's just it. That's one way you can make so much money from this particular gold rush. I call it more of like an AI gold rush. And one thing I also want you to understand is that AI automation or automation in general is more of like having digital employees that never asks for a pay raise, never complains of or demand for sick leaves. They are never unionizing or trying to like throw you based on anything, right? They work round the clock. So having an automation set in your business is helps you to lower your overhead, and like that is a very very important metric that you must understand, right? Another thing is that businesses don't actually automate. Business that don't automate pay more later in software migration, training, and loss of customers, right? Yeah, because right, you're going to pay either now or later on. So why not pay the investment now so that you not um pay later, right? Because one thing that you have to understand is that in any way, in any of the scenario, you actually have to pay, right? You have to pay for the knowledge, like you have to pay for the implementation, or you pay for when you lose a client and you constantly lose a client or a lead that just came into your system. You're not able to follow up with them because you don't have a system for follow up. That can really suck, right? So that is one thing that you have to understand. And the earlier you start this, the cheaper and the more strategic it becomes. Because one thing that I want you to know is that right, these AI models that are here now, one thing, the big players in this AI business, in this AI boom, the Meta, OpenAI, Claude, Anthropic, and every one of his Perplexity. One thing they do is that they want to actually democratize these models. It says that what I mean by that, they want to actually make it cheaper so that a lot of people can use it. Like you hear Meta talk about, they want to bring AI to everybody's every a personal use. So they want every human being or every business to use this product. So this is one thing you is obviously going to get cheaper, right? And it also depends, right? Because there are some complex use of AI that will get more expensive as they get so much users. So the best thing is to get in now where the setup is cheap, the price of the APIs are cheap, and even everything there is cheap. The price for automation software are cheap. So this is the best time to actually get into the game. Now, another thing I want to drive at is that I'm trying to yeah, automation is cheaper than hiring. Obviously, you see the example here. Let's say you have an employee and you're paying them about 10k, 5k to 10k a year. That's like 50k to 10, 100k. Like, 50, I mean, if you are paying them 5 to 10k a month, that's like 50 to 100k a year, right? And with $20, you can actually subscribe to Zapier or Make.com. Make.com is even like about $7, right? And let's say you are paying about 2,000 or $5,000 for the setup, one-time setup, right? Although you can pay 1,000 recurring fee, right? So that's like pretty cheap compared to like 100k a year. That's automation is actually very cheap, right? Because you are just paying once, you don't have to like repeatedly pay all the time. Now, also think about scalability, right? If you want to scale, you want to do like you're having hundred thousands of customers, you need a system that is robust enough to handle this particular stuff. You can't be sending welcome emails to 100 people at a time and personalize it. That's not scalable, right? With AI and automation, we can actually move past that and we can do it fast. We can do it much more reliable, in a very, very reliable and much more personalized way. So automation is not an expense, it's an investment that not only gives you multiple returns, it actually gives you exponential returns. So it's a very, very good investment that you are doing in your business, right? So what are the hidden costs of not automating, right? It's if you are like wasting about 10 minutes a day over mundane tasks, let's multiply that 10 minutes a day by 365 days, that's like 60 hour plus that you're wasting a year. And like let's say if you are charged hourly, that's like a lot of money that you're throwing away because you're not automating stuff in your business, right? It's very it can be wasteful, right? So every day you delay automation, you're like paying in time, energy, and opportunity. Some founders are stuck in their business. Their business have become more of like a jail to them because they cannot move it themselves out of their business because they are the one that have to do everything. Who says you should always do everything? You can automate most of your process, right? You can automate most of your processes, right? So you don't have to be doing everything by yourself. So you can preserve your time, you can preserve your energy. That's what automation is all about. So what is your comparative advantage? Like what is your edge? What is the moat, right? One thing is that the moat is simple. You tend to move faster than your customers. You tend to like your customers tend to like love you more because they're getting more personalized messages. They are getting fast responses. This is something that is very, very important in business. You know that once you get a lead and then you respond faster to that lead, that's like a very good first impression. And then they see that as a brand as something that is reliable. So every time you use automation and it helps you improve your brand, that's like your edge compared to other business owners, right? So why some business owners are struggling to just send emails, right, to their leads manually, and that's like definitely you're going to crush those guys, right? And that thing that the market rewards efficiency, not effort. It's not about how hard you are working, it's how efficient you are. It's about how you can leverage systems that can do things for you even when you are asleep, right? These are things that you have to like consider as your moats or your comparative advantage. One thing you can also do as a business owner is that you can now compete with big brands because they are using the same tools that you can use, that you can have. I was listening to Sam Altman talk yesterday, and he was saying that um if he was a 23-year-old now, he would be very happy to be alive because this is the best time he can go and build something else. That's not exactly what I even want to draw by. He was mentioning that now they can be businesses that can have a total team, and this team are just full of agents or automations that are working. So you can have people that will have a billion-dollar companies that are just billion-dollar companies that are run by one person, right? So this is very, very important. You can now compete with big brands. You can now compete with people that you can't compete before, that have full tech teams, right? With make.com Zapier, you can actually set up automations that can act like your marketing officer, that can act like your sales agent, and some a lot of things like that. This was not possible before. So these are things that you have to like look into as a business owner, right? And we have something around, yeah, still on that. Yeah, AI automation is not just for the big players, right? It's for the small ones that actually want to become big. Definitely, every big player you see in the industry right now, they started small, but this is a very, very good opportunity because this is a technology that's available to the extremes, with the smallest and also the largest businesses. So you can leverage it and look like a big player in the game because you can use the same technology they are using, right? So it's a very, very good leveler, right? So that's why this is the best time to get into AI automation as a business owner, implement AI automation in your business, and see how fast you can scale. So AI can also help small businesses hack like large ones, personalized replies, structured data, CRM follow-up. These are just like few things that AI can do for your business, AI and automation. So now that's like business owners, right? Let's say you are not a business owner and you just like you want to be a professional in AI and automation. This is what I have for you, right? AI automation is the new skill of the decade. Obviously, you're hearing AI automation here, anything, Zapier, Make.com, all around the internet. Yes, it is in demand. A lot of people are implementing, and we still need more professionals, right? Because um, a lot of businesses are just talking about implementing AI. They are not actually implementing AI. They are just talking about it, and they are scared of it, right? So we need professionals that are well grounded in this particular skill. That is why, if you are considering learning any skill, AI automation is the way to go. This is the skill of the decade, and you don't even have to have any knowledge of coding. We just drag and drop nodes and drag and drop modules and blocks in Zapier and Make.com, and then you can set up an automation that works more of like you write lines of code, right? So the earlier you start, the faster you grow because most people are getting into it, and um, the the industry is actually getting denser. But they will always, no matter how competitive it is, there will always be space for people that are very good at what they do. So I will not discourage people to say, oh, people is saturated. It's not saturated because I know that there will be people, uh, the guys that actually know how to do this stuff will always get paid more than people that just go in and just they are quack with their skills. Right. So one thing that you also need is that, okay, what are the tools that you must learn? So I'm picking this because this is where I started from, and these are like the tools that we use in Spark AI, Zapier, Make.com, and ChatGPT. These are like the three core of the tools that we use, right? Although we have our tech stack include Notion, Airtable, and some other CRM and project management tools. But I'm saying the core of the skills that you have to understand is from Zapier. Zapier is the automation tool. Make.com is an automation tool that you can, more of like a glue that glues all of these apps together. Like Google Sheets, Gmail, Notion, you can connect every one of these together using these tools, right? And another thing is that AI automation actually changes everything, right? It's actually very rewarding to automate things and help business. Like I get to like help people solve problem in their businesses. It's actually very rewarding to me, especially when I set up an automation and it works, right? It's rewarding, very rewarding. Why? And eventually something that is very rewarding to you, some and people are actually paying to actually get that done for you. I mean, you get to do it for them, right? It's so I don't know, it's very nice actually. So automation also can help freelancers, founders, and teams scale. So automation actually changes everything. Get into AI automation as fast as possible. And if you want to do that, the learning mindset you should have is that you should be curious, build workflows almost every day, right? Forget about perfection. You don't want to build the perfect workflow. Just set up something, share your personal journey online, let people see what you are building, post it on your socials and let them know this is exactly what you are doing right now, right? Join a no code community, very important, right? We have a no code community called No Code Square. Join one because that's where you have people that are professionals that have the same mind as you and they are learning also. So this is one thing that you can also do. Now, how can you build your first AI powered automation in 24 hours? First, I want you to go and watch my videos. Start from the Zapier basics and then work about, I think about, I have like about 17 videos, right? I bet there are some videos that can take you from beginner to like mid level and you can build your first AI automation before in 24 hours, right? Like I said, check my Zapier basic, and I want you to also, there's the playlist for Zapier Basics, right, where we have formatter, schedule, go and digest that particular flow. You can start understanding this particular stuff very fast. It doesn't have to take so long. Depends on how intense you are and how willing you want to learn this skill. So this is exactly what I have for you, and I think this that. Or if you want to connect with me, you can check me on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and then on X. See you guys in the next video. Bye.